offloading another load of these. If you watched last week's video, you saw us putting together this near the end of the video. I think we got another 3 trailer loads of these galleys before we have all of them. I think this guy will make another trip today, but we're getting our parts. We'll get this trailer unloaded. We got all of the galleys off. It is definitely getting a little claustrophobic down here, especially when the trailer's here. But what screwed us up was that late Friday night load. I mean, we got a load 4 o'clock Friday. We weren't done unloading it probably till 4:30, and it was dark at that time. And it was Friday. You know, we wanted to do that Friday night. So we didn't set anymore. So we actually have 2 trailer loads of galleys here, but we should be able to pound out all these pretty quickly, I hope. That way when the trailer comes back, we're back to where we were. No galleys down here sitting like this. But, well, we'll start putting them in. Rain is definitely working against us today. And there's a lot of rain coming. But we're getting there. The feet are, unfortunately, they're like different. There's 3 different sizes, like I was saying in the other video. See the difference in the hole there? So these feet are different too, which is obviously very problematic because the spacing changes. So, like you can see here, good, same, and then right there it opens up. Over here, big gap, no gap. So it's like, just doesn't make it easy on me, that's for sure. Thankfully we got all those in just in time, well, to give us a little bit of time, because we gotta fix this stone here now and get out the next roll of filter fabric. They when that first truck left this morning, that guy said that they had another driver that was leaving when he left here. So I'm surprised that guy isn't here yet, but thankfully he isn't. Hopefully we get enough time we can grade this up here and it not be problematic. Mike was just in here with the 308. This is all fixed. Now we can roll out our filter fabric here, and that other truck should be here soon. Thankfully we had enough time to do this. We're really running out of room in here, as you can see, and it's just, there's nowhere good to put it. To put it over there, which is kind of like the only open space, he's gonna have to track back and forth every single time. And so we're trying to avoid from having to do that. Obviously, we're gonna get to a point where we're not gonna be able to back the trailer in here and have the 336 over there, because we're gonna get to a point where we have to work ourselves out here to the ramp. So I'm not 100% sure where we're going to stockpile these things yet, but those are the end caps. And of course we got this stuff being hauled in now. It's getting a little clustered. It's certainly a little chaotic today. The rain is not helping at all. It's like on and off pouring. That's not helping. That's not helping at all. But yeah, it is what it is. You have them chaotic days. We all do. But here comes Mike. We'll roll out this filter fabric. chaotic again. We got that trailer. They sent 2 trucks, so we got another trailer waiting for this one to get out of the way. It's getting very tight down here. I don't know what the heck we're gonna do with them. I don't think we have enough room for another trailer load down here. And that was our original idea, but thinking about it, to bump that one up to there, I have nowhere to stand. So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but talk about an afternoon. So we have all the ones that we had stockpiled up there. They're all in. We just have a kind of a small section left to go. Thankfully, I think the rain stopped a little bit ago. I'm on my 3rd sweatshirt, and I went through I'd say 2 t-shirts because the one I'm wearing is still wet. Went through a long sleeve, but we got it good. Still going good. Still going good. The one thing I will say, you know, this time of year especially, it's like 40 out or whatever, or 45. You know, when it's raining, and it's raining a lot, this is typically wet season. It's fall. You're getting into winter. Sometimes you get to, you know, ice in the morning and stuff like that. I've been using or wearing these gloves, which are ice fishing gloves. They were pretty good, especially when you're dealing with chains and the rod or shovel or whatever. You know, my hands stay dry, and you know, like I think the other ones, I think it's Kinco is what their brand is. They're like you know, they're a good quality leather glove. I really like those gloves, but they still do get wet, and the inside insulation will get wet, and it's no fun. But these things, I got these at I think Cabela's. I got them quite a while ago. They're really long. They go up your wrist really far, so I just folded them in. But these work out really good this time of year. Would definitely recommend them, but definitely try them out first, because these like finger hold, like these thumbs are like really long compared to my thumb for whatever reason. So definitely try them on. But if you're looking for a good pair of gloves when it's wet and cold, those are your ones. That is going to wrap it up. We do have, let's see, I don't know how many more loads, but there's another truck that's coming here first thing tomorrow morning. Our plan is 336 right there, have the trailer back down as far as you can, and Mike will just kind of fill this whole area. I don't know if we'll get kind of whacked at the same time with trailers in the middle of the day as we did today. I don't know. I've had enough for today though. I'm ready to go home. Have like a bowl of soup or hot chocolate or something. Ugh. Been wet, dry, wet, dry, wet, dry. But yeah, we'll catch you in the morning. Good morning. cold today. Ice. It was below freezing last night and this morning. We just got another load, like literally right out of the gate. He was actually here before me. And so because we're running low on so much space down there, we tried offloading it with the loader and the forks, and this worked out great. We honestly should have probably just done this with, if not one of those trailer loads yesterday, 2 of the trailer loads. That was easy and simple. Now I can just grab them as we need them and run them on down there and give them the mic. We got that whole trailer load in. As you can see, we're working our way out towards the ramp here. We still have a little bit of grading up to do, so we'll grade up this section. We'll do the filter fabric. We got one flatbed coming today, one more coming today, and then one tomorrow morning that will have 13 pieces on it. We got all the end caps there, so it's just these middle pieces here. But we'll get this graded. We'll get this fabric out. I think me and Mike both have had enough of doing this. There's a lot of pieces in here. This is a lot of pieces, but it's not bad. This is not bad at all, really. I mean, if you do a good job on the subgrade, it kind of goes all together. So we're just waiting on the next trailer pieces. We got those set, and then word on the street is we might put the stone on this. We might wait and hop to the foundation that's right there and the foundation that's right there. So we might move over to that. Is kind of the word on the street. So, but we'll see how that goes. It'll be we'll be done with this tomorrow morning when we get those last 12 pieces. we'll see what happens. There's some pipe work and some structures for this system that have to be put in too, so there is that, but I think we were holding off on that, and like I said, jumping on those foundations, but we will find out. Well, got our load. I'm going to set up the camera. I got to swap back over the forks, and I'll take them right off his trailer, and I'll load up the ramp right behind him. This morning I took them off, and I had them all stockpiled up over here, but we'll just bring them right over because we're ready for them right now. It is windy and it is cold, and I don't want to be out here for any longer than I have to be, so I'm going to make this quick. We are pretty far. Like I said, we got one more load in the morning coming with 12 pieces. We are ready for it. We just got to roll out the filter fabric right there, but that's the last piece. My dad is ready for screened loom over at the Wetlands replication over across the project. If you can see the 320 in the woods there, that's where that is. He's ready for screened loom, so once we're done with that, just setting those concrete things, me and Mike are going to swap over to screening loom with the loader and the 336 and start being able to fill that in. So, but we will see you in the morning. Good morning. Back out here. We just got the delivery of the last 13 that we need. It's good. So we're gonna start putting them in. Nothing too new. All together. These particular ones, if you got a little bit of OCD, not the best ones to go with, but it is drainage, so it is supposed to, you know, it's okay if it leaks. It's supposed to take it in anywhere, so, but looks good. Looks good. We're good for stone and stuff like that, but we're going to swap over to screening. We got a lot of loom to screen up, so we're going to swap over to that real quick, but these are all in, thankfully. All good. We screened up some loom here, and I've just been mainly running dirt from out there to here. I'd give it to Mike, and then Mike would run it through the screener. I'd just give it one discharge. And so this is actually really nice loom. It was really dry and stuff, so it was going through the screener very well, very easily. It was just a bunch of screen. No, it really wasn't that interesting, so skip through that. But it is the end of the day, thankfully. But yeah, these screens here seem to work out. We put these in just the other day. Make sure those are tight, but yeah, worked out good. Screening it down to that I think that's 3/4. Screen it down to there. Unless it's dry, forget about it. It sucks. But this stuff is nice and dry, so it was going through it very nicely, which we like to hear. So we now have a pretty good loom pile. Hopefully we get to use it before it rains. But we're just gonna finish picking up here. Oh, Gus! Hi, Gussie. Gus has been doing really good. Eating his afternoon dinner. He's been doing really good. He's a lab, so he does a lot of sleeping. Lots of sleeping. So he kind of lately has been just hanging out and sleeping in the cab of the 336 while he still can fit in there with Mike. He's been doing good. Mike's been doing good training him. He's knowing his name, and even though he wasn't paying attention to me when I was just saying his name, but it's because he's eating. But sit and all that stuff, he's doing good with that. But another cold day, sun going down, it's getting even colder. We're heading home. We'll catch you in the morning. Good morning. So we're back on the screen detail. Yay. We have quite a pile right here. This is all stuff that got hauled out of the replication. We're gonna screen all that up like we were doing yesterday afternoon. This is the pile we made yesterday. We have a pile. I moved the dumpster and I'm going around this way now to get to the back side because we're still a couple hours out from my dad needing it in the replication. So I gotta put it somewhere. This is also a pretty good spot long term for screened loom. There is a roadway, let's see, I think it comes in right here, and then the first house is like right around here. So this is kind of like a dead area for the rest of the job. So if this is where the screen loom is and we don't use it for months, it's okay. It's not in the way for anything. So that's what our thought was with putting it there. And to get into it, I can also just come right off the pavement, so I got plenty of traction if we ever get more rain, which I'm sure we will. So that is the current game plan. Yeah, we just have a bunch of screen, so Mike's throwing it in there with the 336. The site super gave Mike the site plan for the next foundation, and he started up the machine. He put Gus in there, and Gus had that plan shredded up pretty quick, and Mike had to run up there. But luckily, just about the only thing we needed off that plan, we still have. Gus hadn't made it that far into it, so damn dogs. But we'll get screening. Quite a bit of a difference here. You can see this got all bowled out and everything. So I'm just taking the last bucket of sand out of here. So he's gonna clean this up a little bit more, and then I'm gonna start bringing some loom down here that was screened up. We're at the point now where we can start bringing some loom down into the Wetlands replication. So I'm probably going to just be discharging the screener and taking right out of there to go down there. But I'm waiting for Mike to build a bucket right now, so I'm going to head on down there with this bucket. Got all the fill out. It's good. All the subgrades made up. That worked out good.
That's more screening that we did. And as you can see, we started filling in the wetlands replication. We're actually already almost pretty close to being done, which is good because I'm kind of almost out of the that peat, that super dark loam stuff. And so the whole deal with that stuff is you mix it up with like loam. So this is loam that came from there, so it's already kind of like that wetlands like material, mixing it with that imported peat that as you guys saw, I was just kept on going in it with the loader and flipping it. As you can see, this stuff is like, it's very, very wet and like muddy. As you can see, it's making the tire imprints and everything. So it's like the point, like kind of just before it is mud. So it is making a mess of the road and everything. I just scraped the whole road with the loader, but as you can see, my trail is pretty clear where I'm going. But yeah, so having a nice big pile of screened loam, and then kind of add one bucket, then flip it a bunch, and add another bucket, flip it a bunch, and so now I'm in a pretty good spot where I have a good mix going, and so I just kind of have to add a bucket every now and again. And yeah, so, but it is almost full down there. I'll go take a quick walk down there and show you guys the progress that we made today down there. So this is what I have left of this peat here. You can see actually right here a lot of the water that's kind of coming out of it right there. That's what I got left, so I may have to have him come over here with the 308 and kind of clean it up a little bit. This road's getting pretty beat up. Thankfully almost through it. We don't need it anymore. Right here there is a whole nother retention pond too, so all this road is just totally temporary. And the road plate idea, our little bridge, is working out phenomenal. I can't, this is, I think I had mentioned maybe in this video, maybe last video, this is what they call a wetlands crossing. So I don't know if you can tell, this is actually like a stream. It's just locked out that right now when we're doing it, it isn't a stream. But so this is, you can actually see the color difference here. We were originally thinking having the excavator kind of mix it up, but as you can tell, this kind of happens versus this where I'm mixing it up, so it's definitely a lot better than that. And typically we were starting out here, and originally we were going to have the skid steer bring this in. We were thinking that the loader really wasn't going to be able to bring it in here. Typically speaking, you would start that way and work your way out, not work your way in like we did here. But we started over here, and then we were like, oh, you know, let's see if we can do it with the loader. And then we started doing it with the loader, and then just, I mean, now we're past halfway, so there's no point in starting another. Just continue doing what we're doing. He's just gonna have to fix my ruts when we go to leave. But so yeah, that's all we have left is right there, which is awesome. There's over, I think there's over 400 plants that have to go in here, which is, thankfully we don't do that part. So I don't know, the builder said he was going to do it himself, but there's like 15, I think there's 15 5-foot trees. So he'll probably, he like typically rents a dingo with an auger, and does, like, he did all these trees up here, so he did those himself and stuff. It's actually crazy. It's these plates, you know, we don't use them all the time, but so they just kind of sit around for a little bit. But this is like bare steel now. You can see how, like, the smith is shiny for me running over it. Usually they're like kind of like rusty like that. Getting some miles on these plates. But yeah, usually they kind of just sit around the shop on the ground, which is actually good. We don't have pavement out there, so it's nice to have a nice hard surface to work with stuff. But alrighty, we are basically done for today. But we will catch you in the morning. Tomorrow is Friday. Thank God. Good morning. As you can hear that screener going, back on the screening detail. was the last bucket needed in there to loom up that replication. So we're leaving the road and everything in there. I think I had mentioned this because the builder has a ton of plants that he's got to plant in there. So this is his access road. We're just going to leave it there, and when he's done with that, then we can dig the retention pond that is right here. Right now that is the only way to get in there, and there being like 400 some plants, they're going to need that road. So we're going to switch gears to the next 2 foundation holes. The builder's kind of put that on our list as the next things that he wants done, so that's what we're moving to. Those are going to be kind of similar to the other ones. They're going to be some deep cuts. We'll have to cut all the way down to that loom layer and then build it back up a little bit. Real quick, I'm going to clean the road here. All I have is the bucket, so I'm just going to scrape the muck off of it, but it's better than nothing. These people here have moved in now, so there are people living in this neighborhood, so we do have to kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, just for their sake, they did move into a construction site, but just to keep it a little nice for them. So I'm just going to quickly clean the road, and then we're going to kind of regroup, and I think I'm going to swap over to the 320. We are all set up over here. We have a foundation right there, so Mike's starting to dig that, and I'm just going to bale the dirt farther away and putting it right there. I'll have to bale it again, but that is the direction that we're going with the dirt. I am currently in, let's see, right there is lot 9, and that right there, you can see that orange line right there, that's lot 8. So there's going to be quite a bit of dirt here. It's a little bit less of a cut to get through that, or to that loom layer. So right now Mike's saying it's about 2 feet deeper than we have to be, which is good. On that house right there, we were like 6 feet, so far, but it is going downhill. Natural grade goes up like that, so but I'm already getting behind, so we'll get bailing. That was a great start to this foundation over here, I would say. That got all done this week. The replication over there, our portion of that project, got done this week. and we started digging some more foundations, which I think is pretty good. Thankfully, some little bit of better soil conditions in this one, as in not as much rock. Unfortunately, still gonna need fill, as the top of this foundation is above the sill on that window. The original plan for this foundation showed the road being up here in the driveway going down into the garage. Obviously that's not the best idea, so they changed it and they raised the house quite a bit to compensate for that. That way the driveway is pitching towards the road rather than into the garage. Obviously that doesn't make much sense, and yes, there's certainly circumstances where you have to do that, but under best conditions it's not a great idea to do that at all. Because of that, we're gonna have some wild grade changes, and of course the slider is right there. I don't know what the thought was with that part, but so yeah, so I mean, down by that silt fence there, it's gonna be, it's like a 12-foot cut, just crazy. So these foundation guys, they don't have a ton of panels, so they don't like to stack and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that are going against us on this. But here again, we're gonna have to make grade work, and we're gonna have to just dig the hole, and everyone else is gonna have to do their part, you know. But yeah, we did good this week, I think. A lot of repetitive things for sure, but we got a lot done. So this is gonna wrap it up for this video. It is getting to be nighttime now. It's dark time. So but thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.